Nice.
second. Hold up. We gotta tweet out. We
We
gotta
gotta tweet
we
out
gotta
the show
we gotta do all that fun jazz.
and all that jazz.
We are live. Uh, Mute.
I'm right here. I was just being quiet. Are we muted? Or is it just you that's muted? No, I'm not muted. I can hear myself on the stream. Yeah, you'll have to actually like mute me. Am I? So you can't hear me? No, the stream can hear me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hi stream, how's it going today? You'd have to like mute all of your sounds since I count as a system sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you'd either have to not hear me and like type to me when you want to come in or just tell me. Yeah.
We'll just do this. How about that? What's up, guys? How we
Oh,
doing?
I hope we're doing good today.
Yeah.
Cause like, geez, if we weren't doing good, I don't know what I'd do with myself.
Right. We are live.
We are live. You know what? We agreed what we were going to talk about, but we didn't agree on what order we'd be talking about them in. You're like, oh, MK, why you gotta complicate things?
Yeah. Why you have to do
complicate?
this? Why you have to do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think how I have things going, it's gonna be residual hauntings, spooky, scary pants, and Slindy.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. And yes, that's correct. All right. Woo! Welcome to the Spoop Show, everyone. I'm MK is the best. I stream here on Twitch, and this is Corny, as you know him. This is his channel, believe it or not.
Wait, what? This is my channel?
This is, I think, maybe.
Whoa!
Oh no, we hijacked Ninja's channel. Whoa! That'd be freaking whoa.
Hey,
Not
guys,
fun.
if you guys came for some Fortnite, you're not gonna see it.
It's time for Fortnite, guys. Are you ready to do a talk show only about how much we don't play Fortnite?
And how much we don't like Fortnite? Well, I don't like Fortnite.
Fortnite's okay. I
Pe-
don't like the building aspect of it. I don't get it. But
people
anyway,
like
let's
people like you should play Fortnite before you start dissing it. I'm like, okay, played Fortnite. And I'm
Okay.
like, I hate it.
But anyway, we're here to talk about spooky Halloween stuff, which is great. So first of all, residual hauntings. What are they? Courtney, please do tell.
Oh, we're excited. Okay, so
Yeah, it's starting, baby.
all right. So residual hauntings are basically, um, a loop of different type of a loop where a spirit goes through the same thing over and over it, a certain event over and over and over again. So, say if they went through a car like a car crash, their soul will haunt the area that they went through, and their body and their soul will go through the car crash over and over and over again. And the thing about it is that they don't know that it's that they're dead already.
Hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm putting out a tweet to my peoples.
Yeah, I was doing that, and then you like said, "Oh, God, explain." And I'm like, I can't.
Wait, wait. Okay, but still, residual hauntings. So places you might find residual hauntings, and places where people find a lot of residual hauntings are things like the Battle of Gettysburg. People are always like, we saw forests in the thing and it was great, and stuff like forests and the thing, men in the forest, reacting the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yeah,
um Stuff like that. Eastern State Penitentiary, is that what it is?
I believe so.
Yes, Eastern State Penitentiary, where, like so many people, like live terrible lives. They might be still living their lives, in the afterlife of the horrible things that happened
Yeah, that
there.
they went through. So and so another thing is it's like for another example actually is if say for example if you guys are um just chilling at your home and then you're being haunted, right? And then the haunting, what actually, shoot, well, I was going with I was going with and then the haunting is like, yo, there's a spirit. It doesn't interact with me. It interacts with what's going on with its surrounding, and it seems to be doing the same thing over and over again. So, say
Mm-hmm.
if they were really fond to the house that they in, and spirit could be doing their daily chores that they would be doing throughout the house. So you'd be hearing it like there's sometimes where people are like, "Hey, I hear I like the washing machine's opening and closing, or the basement doors opening and closing. I hear footsteps going up and down the basement stairs and
Yeah.
all that stuff." That's what it basically
Mm-hmm.
is.
Like, this ghost is just trying to do their laundry. They loved this house,
Yeah, they kind of keep it clean.
Where did I put my pants?
Yeah, like my pants. They're gone. I have
They
no
must
pants.
have up and walked away.
They got up and
Mm-hmm.
walked away.
But an interesting one that I've heard about is where the house was built on top of the foundation of the old house. So the new house is higher, but they'll see a ghost, like sinking halfway through the floor,
Oh yeah,
because where that ghost used to walk was through the floor,
yeah,
you know? And so you've got this sort of residual energy thing going on where like, it doesn't matter what the new environment is, that ghost is stuck on repeat, and it is being kind, and it is rewinding when the conditions are right.
yeah,
And I've heard that it's kind of hard to get those conditions right, like back to the Battle of Gettysburg. Like, you're not gonna see a ghost there every day. You just can't expect ghost activity. Even though it's a residual haunting, you just can't expect that
it
sort
to
of thing
happen
to be
to every
happening.
day.
Yeah, and not every day. It has to be, like, just right. And, then that's where, nobody can seem to reach consensus. Some say it's got to be humid. Some say it's got to be rainy. Some say there needs to be a thunderstorm. Some say, the sky needs to be clear. You just never know when that's really going to happen. And there's not really a predictable factor of, like, if you want to go see a ghost, then, like, how are you going to see a ghost? How are you
Yeah,
going to know that residual haunting is going to be happening?
yeah, and usually it takes place a couple of either either they loop the day before they were killed, or passing, or being or dying,
Mm-hmm.
or the week before. So like it usually happens within the time frame of within a week of them passing on.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I've never heard that theory that, like, if you go back to the week before they passed on, sort of, then you might be able to see them. Then that'd be really cool. Then I'd like to visit the Gattle of Gettysburg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gettysburg. Like, the around the time that was happening. That'd be super neat. I'm gonna just write that down on my calendar. Go to a haunted battlefield and try to see a ghost on this day.
All right. Dot. Done.
Yes, covered. But then there's also like you've got the more tame ones that are like, I'm doing my laundry. I used to live here. And then you've got, like screams and like sounds of torture and, like Eastern State, stuff like that.
Yep.
I think they say that what was her name? God, the girl who chopped up her family with an axe back in the day.
Lisa,
No.
Lizzie.
Lizzie Borden.
Yes.
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain. We like to have fun on this podcast, guys. If you haven't
Anthony
tell yet.
So yeah, they say Anthony Bourdain. Totally, she still haunts the house that she murdered her whole family in. That's what it was, her family, right? I didn't research Lizzie Borden. For some reason she didn't come up in my brain.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was her family. I know it was her mom and dad.
Yes, it was her father and stepmother.
Yeah.
And she was tried and acquitted of the murders. That's crazy. But they say
forensics and evidence wasn't strong back then. Pretty sure she did it nowadays. She will be like, to death you go.
Yeah. But yeah. Just the people say that they hear her like walking around up there, or like the people who were murdered, just like walking around the house and stuff. And I've heard rumors of like dragging sounds, and like horrific sounds. But again, those are just like rumors. There's no evidence to back those up.
Yeah.
But still, it's really interesting to think, that you could like hear a spook. You could see a spook. All you gotta do is,
Spooky.
know where they frequented. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I've got like, I inhaled some liquid. Let me mute myself real quick so I can just hack up a loogie or something. Pardon me.
Anyways, while MK's doing that, yeah. So we've those type of hauntings, to be honest, are one of the hauntings that I like to do research on. And there's an upcoming video about that, guys, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. youtube.com/Cornelius2017. Anyways, so yeah, that's what it is. Another example, like I had a friend who lived in a house for like 2 years, and then they left because how bad the residual hauntings was, because it would be in the middle of the night and then you just hear this person let out this thunderous scream, and then you hear a thud, and they get up and figure out. And then when the first 3 times that happened, the parents saw it was my friend who fell and everything like that. But after a while, like my friend's like, you know what, we should. I need to go get a camera and everything like that, and all you just see is when you hear the scream, you just see this mist falling, and then the thud, and the mist just disappears.
Whoa! Holy shoot!
And so yeah, that's, and then they're like, you know what? We're tired of hearing this scream at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we're just gonna
peace,
leave.
Wow.
And apparently at the house, he was it was a male. Someone broke in to his house, and he was trying to fight them off. They pushed him over the banister, and that's when he died.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. That gosh, residual hauntings, crazy stuff. How you can yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. My train of thought like sometimes just stops. Pardon me.
Have you seen my YouTube videos?
I think I have actually.
Literally, that is me. Middle of my YouTube videos, my train of thought just stops. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what was I doing? What was I doing? So,
So we talked about residual hauntings.
if you guys have any opinions about hauntings, or let's
Experiences with
broaden the
ghosts.
question. If you guys have any opinions about the paranormal,
Yeah,
please
please
let us
don't
know.
be afraid to express them. um what was the order again? It was residual hauntings, then Slenderman?
Nope.
Pants.
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 All
All right.
pants.
So, all right. The Fresno Nightwalkers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for the most scariest topic of this channel.
The most frightening one. Pants. So,
The
how the
Fresno Nightcrawlers. MK, take it away because
Yeah.
you were the one who wanted to talk about this one.
Yes. So, I heard about the Fresno Nightcrawlers or the Nightwalkers. I'm sorry, Fresno Nightwalkers. And I was like, I've heard about this. Let's talk about them. And then I suggested them, and then we both went and researched them, and we're like, So what happens pretty much? This guy, I forget his name, but he says, I've got this video of my backyard on my tape of this creature walking through my backyard. And so it's just like he shows the tape, and it's this weird thing that like is walking weird, and it's got weird legs that don't work right, and it looks like pants, my man. It just looks like a pair of pants.
As you guys see on the pictures on the screen, it looks like pants.
It's like somebody took the drawstring on a pair of sweatpants and pulled it tight, and then just kind of like hook them up and drag them along pretty much.
Yeah.
So these pants are walking around his backyard, and he creates a bit of a stir about these pants, and he even goes to a news place. And nobody was able to get a really good edition of the video until digital had come out. And by then, the tape had been so degraded that you couldn't even tell if it was like a hoax or if it wasn't real. But there are a couple of other videos of people saying, "Oh, I got the Nightwalker. I got the Nightwalker." And then there were also theories of people being like, "Oh, they're ancient Native American, like spirit fairies and stuff." And they're like,
Wait, what?
But-
What?
Yeah, there was
Can
a
you
theory.
just repeat that last thing you just said?
So there was a theory that the Nightwalkers were something that Native Americans had what is the word? They had mythos about it, mythology about these fairy things and stuff, and that turned out to be a hoax. That turned out to be completely fake information that somebody had just like made up because
Fake
they saw
news.
some like fancy wooden statues outside of the DMV.
Oh my gosh.
But
Fake news.
so the Fresno Nightwalkers, real or fake, Corny?
Oh golly gee. I mean, they seem pretty like looking at the video. Just looking at the video, it looks fake because it looks like it's just a person that. But the thing is, I don't know how it could, because it's of his backyard, how the camera is and everything like that. You can you'll be able to see the strings.
Mm-hmm. So actually, on a video I saw about this, somebody was able to recreate it because all he did was hang some fishing line all the way across his backyard, and then have two other strings attached to the legs. And as he pulled the top one, he pulled the two bottom ones as well to make it look like it was walking. And he made a perfect impersonation of a Fresno Nightwalker. Yes. But first, real quick, just indulge me. Let's talk about this as if it's real.
Okay.
Why are they here? Why have they come to Earth? Who are they? Why do they look like ants? Just imagine that, meeting an alien, but it looks like pants.
I'll be like, what? And two, be like, oh my gosh, it's a pair of walking pants.
It's a pair of walking pants.
I mean, so we're 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 we're, we're exercising the fact that of them being real. So
Yes, we're pretending. We're pretending.
pretending if they were real, I mean, what are they doing here, and
hmm
what can they do to you?
Yeah, yeah. What would be this alien's special power that it can come all the way to Earth? Pant power. It's just trying to get to Kohl's. It wants to go on sale.
Yeah.
So like, what if it convinces people to put them on, and then it takes control of them? What if it's like a pod people situation? You know?
Oh, like a parasite.
Yeah, yeah, like a parasite. You put on the pants, and they're like, Gregory, you haven't taken off those pants in 3 weeks, and Gregory's like, I am fine. And they're like, Gregory, you sound kind of weird lately, and Gregory's like, I am fine. Like stuff like that. What if?
What if, like, the pair of pants that we are wearing right now were actually aliens that attached it's whatever. I don't know how they can attach it to your skin, but they do it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're getting into like Kill la Kill territory, where the clothes. Have you ever seen Kill la Kill?
Nope, I have.
Oh, it's a great anime. It's an anime about clothing, and it's like all of the clothes have these life fibers, and they can be attached to you, and then they consume the person on the inside. Stuff like that. I never really understood the whole life fiber thing entirely, but I did understand that if you bled while wearing the clothes, it would like give the clothes more power, and so the clothes are like eating your like insides and such. And it's a really cool anime. Um, to be honest. But I think that like if the Fresno Nightwalkers were real, to let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. If the Nightwalkers were real, why are they only apparently in Fresno? Why are they only, like why do they walk so weird? And that brings me back to they're probably fake. Which is unfortunate because it's really easy to make a really convincing Fresno Nightwalker fake video. That's the unfortunate part.
True.
About this is that it's very fake.
True.
But it's interesting. It's interesting because they figured out how to make something that even though it looks like pants, it's pretty creepy looking.
It is.
Like without a doubt, it's pretty creepy looking.
It sent shivers down my spine.
Yeah, so like a little round of applause for the guy who came up with the Nightwalker because he made something just creepy enough. And that's what we need.
Just pants.
So, quick question for you, Corny.
Yeah.
What would you do if your pants were haunted and walking around? What would you do?
I would laugh first, and then I would burn them.
You would laugh, and then what?
And then I would burn my pants. Oh my!
And then you'd burn your pants.
Yep.
Be like, ha, pants are walking around. Okay, goodbye, demons.
Let me burn you with demons.
Let me burn you with the flamethrower Elon Musk gave me.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Awesome. I think if my pants were up and walking around, I'd leave the country. I'm a very scared person. Like, I don't handle fear very much. Well, it's kind of like an open fact about me that, like, fear is my least favorite and the emotion that I handle the worst.
Yeah.
So I think if I were to, like, run into, like, my own pants just up and walking around, hey, I'm making a cup of coffee, I would just run.
Would you like some?
No. I want you to get out of my house and never come back. And he's like, but I made you coffee. I'm like, no.
I know we could be friends.
And then it turns into a weird anime where I'm like, it's called I'm Friends with My Pants. And there's like a laugh track, not an anime, like a daytime television show, kind of like Full Night or something.
Yeah.
George Lopez, I'm Friends with My Pants.
And it's like a little skip, a sitcom on a stage with
Yes,
people
yes.
with
I'm
random
friends with my
audience
pantses.
laughing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm friends with my pants is filmed in front of a live studio audience. And then there's, the cheering, and I walk in, and like the pants are on the couch, and I like flop on the couch, and the pants are like, rough day at work, and I'm like, you know it. And then there's a laugh track, even though that wasn't a joke. Like,
And then
that's exactly how it is. I'm gonna okay, note to self, make a sitcom. I'm friends with my pants. Yes. So that was the Fresno
night
Nightwalkers.
walkers, crawlers, whatever you want to call
It
them.
doesn't matter, they're pants.
They're just haunted pants.
That's the funniest thing about this is that it's pants. Like,
All
look
pants.
at that. It's just pants. It's just pants. Nice.
That can brainwash you.
The brainwashed me into what? Wearing pants?
Wearing more pants than shorts.
Oh no. I'm already brainwashed, corny. I only wear pants.
Same.
Oh no, we're already in. They've got us. They've got us.
It's like a war between pants and shorts. Who will win?
Oh, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, they're using our planet as a battleground.
Oh my gosh. We just need footage of shorts walking around.
Yes. Oh my. Okay.
We need to make that.
Yes. Okay. So our answer to the Fresno Nightwalker will be the Texconson short floaters. And we'll put the shorts on a washing line and just start dragging them across. And like somebody else will be manning the legs. It'll be great. Just you wait. It'll be the next Slender Man.
It will be the next Slendy Man.
It'll be the next Slendy.
Wow,
Goodness.
that's a perfect segue.
That's a perfect segue to our next topic,
Oh
which
boy,
is
Slender Man.
Slenderman.
Oh golly,
So we're really just like what we're really doing is we're just having a general discussion about Slenderman.
Oh yeah.
Cause like it's a really creepy. It's a really creepy dude. First of all, like I don't know if you remember when it first came out.
Dude, I nearly pooped my pants.
Me too. Slenderman scared me for like a week straight. I could not sleep.
I could not go into the woods after hearing about Slenderman. I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, not
Like,
going in there.
You know what's interesting? It was like a phenomenon like Pokemon Go. You know, it was like everybody was about it. Everybody was, people were making video games and making videos and fake videos and murdering their friends and
Like
okay,
in
wait a minute, that
Wisconsin.
didn't happen with Pokemon Go, but
People found dead people when they
Yeah,
were playing
true.
Pokemon Go. So yeah, it kind of is like Pokemon Go, but scarier.
But still, like it was such a phenomenon, the Slenderman phenomenon.
And like,
And it all started with like a video, right?
yeah, started with a video, and then they started bringing up these like old time pictures of this guy standing in like the far corner looking at like
Children
and stuff like that, and it just kind of went off from there.
God. But it was the video. The thing about the video was that like it really touched on what scares people. And what scares people? Things they can't control. So like the fact that you can't get away from Slenderman no matter what was probably one of the scarier things in that. Was that, like it plays with that, like no matter how much you run, no matter what you do, he will always find you, and you can't keep track of him. You can't, know where he's going to be next. There's no planning. It's just you are dead.
Yeah.
If you just happen to see this. And it plays on that part of the mind that goes, this doesn't make sense. This isn't fair. Like I can't control this, and this is scary now. And the fact that he doesn't have a face, and he's just like a dude in a suit, and he's got tentacles. And when you point cameras at him, the cameras glitch out. Like that was probably like a big scare factor.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. when did Slenderman even happen?
I got my phone out right now. Let's look. Google.
Google it.
When did Slenderman?
Okay. I'm gonna look up a quick history of Slenderman right quick here.
Yeah, I should probably do that instead of
Yeah.
because
But
it's
yeah,
a
I
scary movie that
remember
came out.
Slenderman came out over the summer. And right?
Yeah,
Slenderman came out over the summer.
2009
And
was
I
when the game
was
came out.
okay. So that was the same year that the video came out because the
Yeah,
game wasn't far behind. So I was in at the time when Slenderman first came out. I was in theater. I was in community theater with a bunch of other, like annoying kids like me.
yeah.
And um God, someone showed. Oh yeah, like one of my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen Slender Man?" Like she was the girliest freaking girl in the world, by the way. She's like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen Slender Man? He's so scary. This new scary, like guy is so scary." And so she showed us the video, like right there. And I remember watching it and being like, "This isn't that scary. Come on, guys." And then going home and being like, "I'm gonna die." Like I remember, like I have a very specific memory of like being in the shower and being so terrified that I like cut my shower short and just like hopped out and like ran out of the shower because I was so scared. This, by the way, if it was 2009, then I was going into the ninth grade. So,
2009.
like,
Holy
jeez.
cow! Like I just moved to Wisconsin,
Oh wow.
and I was 10.
Oh wow. That was way before we met. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
MK.
Corny and I. Go ahead. Sorry.
Like holy cow! Like I don't know why I have a whole bunch of like older friends. Like I have no friends that are my age. Like
It happens
besides my
that
best
way.
friend, it's either they're like super older or like 2 years younger than me. But yeah,
Yeah. That's weird. I make a lot of friends who are like really close to my age. But anyway,
besides
Courtney and I have known
me,
each other since 2016,
yes, yes,
2018, I want to say.
I think
We've
so.
known each other for a long time. We actually met through Twitch. Sorry, this isn't about Slender Man anymore. Please, Courtney, tell us what you've learned.
What have I learned about Slindy?
Yes. You looked something up?
Did I?
Yeah, you said you were going to look something up. Oh, crap.
Oh, oh boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Let's see. So apparently, according to urban legends, the man, the myth, the legend, Slendy Man himself. Oops, trying to get into my phone. Shut up, Twitter. Slender Man himself can apparently like not brainwash, but like influence children in a certain way that makes him do his biddings and be like for example, the girls who the girls in Wisconsin who end up killing their friends because they wanted to go to the Slenderman mansion, and apparently the only way how
Mm-hmm.
they can do that is to sacrifice someone
Oh,
for
my
the
freaking
Slenders,
God.
so that way they can get in there and everything like that. And I'm like, you're stupid, but yeah. So that's apparently what the Slender Man can do. More stuff
Hmm.
about him. He it's odd because like apparently he has a mansion in the woods. No one has ever been there.
Weird.
No one has ever seen it. But apparently it's there, and only people who helped him with his biddings can see it and can go.
Ah, just like going to hell, except you
Basically.
die, just like going to hell. Nice. I have a little bit of history of Slenderman pulled up here.
Please.
Sorry, I'm like holding things and I'm like bebopping around over here, and I probably shouldn't be. I apologize. I'm making a bunch
You're
of
fine.
noise over here, and I'm like, wait a minute. So, gosh, the invention of a mythological monster. Okay, this is on the Washington Post, and it is the complete history of Slender Man, the meme that compelled two girls to stab a friend. So it started out on a forum uh, called Something Awful, and it's a humor site apparently where people like joke around about all kinds of stuff. But there was a uh, a contest, a thread that invited users to create paranormal images through Photoshop on
Really?
June 8th, 2009.
Okay.
Um, but the creation of one user, Victor Surge, struck a particular chord. He posted two photos of children haunted by a tall, shadowy figure with tentacles for arms, along with blocks of ominous text. Ooh, really? And the text that apparently read was, "We didn't want to go, we didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." 1983, photography to photographer unknown, presumed dead. Okay, goodness.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, he didn't stop at that contest. He kept posting photos, of like newspaper clippings of children with Slender Man, and um, he also pulled in other users into the myth and stuff like that. Wow, and
Yeah.
they contributed their own stuff. So this started out on a forum and then just got
Oh,
bigger. Yes.
that's neat.
And people made like fake stories about, like encounters with Slenderman and stuff like that. And, being like, well, like, oh, my grandpa saw something out in the woods, stuff like that.
Yeah. And
Um,
Slenderman has like 3 to 4 movies, if I believe.
yeah. Jesus Christ, they've made it started out on a freaking forum,
Yeah.
and now there are movies about it, which is crazy. Like, whoa.
Which is awesome. Awesomely
Yeah, I
crazy.
know, right? But you just never know when like you can make something that like people are interested in,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it blows up. Like, that's crazy that this guy's one thing he made blew up. But I guess because he kept working at it. Like, if he had just made the original image and left it, nothing would have happened. But because he kept working at it and like getting other people to help him, like, that's cool.
I guess that's how other creepypastas has been made. You know,
Mm-hmm. Like,
someone,
I really. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, someone just been like, hey, this is this is what it is, and be like, yo, so we're just gonna expand on this story and make it like a creepy pasta or like something creepy story, and because people out there love creepy stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're gonna do.
It's like addicting. Creepy stuff is.
Yeah.
And another thing is like, um, there, like you were saying, there are other creepy pastas like that. Like, first, Ben Drowned. Ben Drowned started, and then freaking there now. There's like a ton of like handfuls of other, like, oh, I found this creepy, like game, and it's glitched, and there are videos and fan games and stuff like that. One of
Can
my
we
favorites
mention
is Petscop.
Petscop?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Petscop. Petscop is a really great video series, and I don't think they've updated in a while. This guy has a habit
Actually,
of
they updated
updating.
like 3, like last month, I believe.
I think I'm caught up.
But
Oh,
yes,
okay, internal server error. I like it. My YouTube still isn't working.
yeah, my YouTube's not
It
working either. So
it
that's
was
why.
working for a moment, but I tried to pull up Petscop and it
Just
won't
like,
let me.
nah.
There we go. I had to pull it up through somewhere else. Okay, yeah. So the last time they updated was 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And it's just the fan theories and the things are getting intricate now with Petscop, because at times there will just be like video without the guy talking, and you'll see the little dude run around and he's like running into walls and stuff, and then somebody realized, oh shoot, this this time when he's running into walls exactly matches another time when he's not running into walls, and he's like exploring, so he'll like follow his like movements, and that turned out to be
Oh.
like the demo mode when it was following his movements. Yeah. And other times as well, like sometimes things match up eerily but he was like just playing the game earlier, and now he's playing the game again.
Yeah.
So
So Game Theory actually did a theory, two theories. I think they're working on a third. They're
oh,
waiting for
nice,
more videos for a third one. But
nice,
the story behind it is actually quite
yeah.
sad and disturbing.
I've I've seen it where it's about the girl and she was adopted and they pretty much killed her.
Yeah.
Um and now it's like the game is sort of it was about that and it's sort of morphing as it goes and becoming something different
Yeah.
as we go. It's like it started out about like that. I think what happened was that the guy who made it probably realized he was like, shoot, people have caught on so quick. I maybe he didn't expect them to, or maybe he did. Maybe he
Yeah.
wanted to like do a bunch of really obvious points towards that story, and then he wanted to slowly morph it into something more complicated. And
Yeah.
that's what's great about Pets Cop is that like
You
you don't
can
know
do
what's
that.
going on. Yeah, you could. It's so like loose. It's such a loosey goosey story. It's honestly, you know what image pops into my head? One of those like like squishy balls that you can get at like Walgreens that have the little tentacles coming off of it,
Oh
but like
yeah.
those tentacles are long. That's what it kind of feels like is like one of those things with the tentacles on it where that's kind of how its story is. And you can see it at different angles and you can try to like read it differently.
Yeah.
Sort of, but since we don't have all the facts, like you can pick up any tentacle and say this is what it's about. And you can probably have something, maybe something to support it. But
And
I
like,
find Pets Cop insanely interesting.
oh yeah, and like Matt Pat, again, an awesome creator on the YouTube web. He was talking about it and was like, hey, um yeah, so now it was before it was about this girl. Now it's about a father kidnapping his daughter
Oh
from
yeah.
from her mother and everything like that. And then and if you remember, there was the there was the no, it wasn't a father kidnapping his daughter from his mother. It was like something else. It was like this convoluted thing about a murder and like the guy figure it out and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It you know what? Like if you're interested, go look it up
Yes.
because it's really interesting. Like don't if you don't want to, don't watch all the
Basically,
Pets Cops. They're 15.
there's 15 of them,
Um
and they're not
yeah.
actually that long of a video, but I mean, hey,
Yeah. And YouTube's still having problems. I still can't navigate every now and then. But
that's why Twitch is
um
superior. Just saying.
mhm. But yeah, go look up the game theory on it cuz it's an interesting watch.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were talking about oops, we were talking about
Slendy.
series, yeah, Slenderman and series that have grown through, like fan building. Another thing that's grown SCPs.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
It's a huge
Hi,
freaking
Fluffy.
thing and it's because of like fan support, you
Oh yeah.
know.
Yep. 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 Fluffy, where I've been, I took a break from Twitch and was just like, I was burned out of Twitch and streaming and creating content, and so I just took a, was it 2 months hiatus?
Oh, I don't even know.
That was a around
I
1 or 2 month hiatus. That's what I did.
hmm
So
hmm
that's
So
where I've been.
Slenderman.
Anyways,
Do you have any other things that you want to say about Slenderman?
I think the fact that he can just manipulate, the fact that he can manipulate people into like, oh, this is what it is, this is who I am, and everything like that, and do my bidding, and you can come into my mansion. And I put quotation marks in the air when I said manipulate because
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. So, yeah, that's what I kind of think about Slendy
It's a creepy thing, and it's turned into this such a huge thing.
franchise.
A franchise with movies and video games, and and stuff like that. It's incredible.
Yeah. So that I mean, like, hey, go them, go them. They're doing
Go them.
they're doing a great job with that stuff and everything like that. So
Oh, I thought you messed up your sentence, and I thought you were gonna say go look them up, but you accidentally said go them.
oh no 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 no.
But yeah, go them. Go them.
You were about to say something about SCPs.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna bring up the fact that like as the only reasons SCPs are so freaking huge and that there's a whole freaking website about them is because of the fan support and
Oh
how
yeah.
much people love the idea of I can create a monster and that's all I need to do. Like that's such a cool thing.
And like this, I love the games. The games absolutely
Ooh,
scare me.
no, thank you.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if that actually was the thing? And it's like a base,
Hmm.
secret hidden base, Area 51, aka. Just saying, just throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Also, like there are whole YouTube channels dedicated to reading people's SCPs as well, which is really neat.
really?
There's a whole YouTube channel that literally it's just a guy and he's a really good voice actor and he puts creepy music in the background and he reads out like the whole SCP article. And it's
Ah,
usually like 45 minutes long because he's doing all of the acting and he picks really good SCPs.
yeah,
Or he'll do like a couple in a video, but it's really good and really interesting.
yeah. So I mean, SCPs are just another thing where like they could be true, but couldn't be true at the same time because it's like, oh, wait, what if there is actually a thing where all these monsters are in a
Mm-hmm.
facility and
Area
Twilight
51.
Zone and
But
all
you're
that
right. You
stuff?
were right about what you said about Area 51 earlier. Oh no, the government's gonna get me.
Oh no, where
All right, so
where's the FBI?
before we leave today, actually, I have a quick question before we
No.
wrap things up. Okay, well, I guess the answer is no. Bye, everybody. No, no, no. So, we've talked about what we think is real and what we think is not real. And we've kind of made it really obvious tonight about like we think hauntings are real, but we don't really think that the Fresno Nightwalker is real. So, in terms of like the paranormal, and let's even stretch, let's turn the paranormal into like, even extraterrestrials, like um
All that fun jazz.
mythos and even stuff that stretches out to the Fresno Nightwalker.
Yeah.
What do you think is real and what do you generally think is not real when it comes to spoopy things?
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, I I have more of a chance of believing that paranormal ghosts, spirits, psychics, mediums, all that paranormal stuff is more like because of what my experience, what I went through. Oh, that's the same thing. Um, what I have read and what I have researched is a little bit more believable than those night crawling pants. But
Those damn pants.
also, I do believe that there's some extraterrestrial life form out there, or different type of like life outside in
Mm-hmm.
space, because space is just a huge place that we have not yet
So
explored because we can't. It's so
yeah,
huge.
we're not there yet.
So I mean, guys, just my me to you guys, don't be like, oh, because you see it, it's real. Be like, oh, wait, okay, let's do some research about it. Let's think about it. And if this is actually true and real, then and like just research, do your research, and then believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, maybe don't believe in the Fresno Nightwalkers.
Yeah.
maybe don't. Or maybe go out there and make your own spooky thing that'll garner a bunch of fans and then, turn into 3 crappy movies.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Before we
Well,
go, we should do like one ghost experience stories.
one
'Cause
ghost experience.
we literally have been we've been doing the like we usually end the show with ghost experience, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do actually.
So,
We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. It's gonna be a yearly thing, guys.
Yeah.
Not a monthly thing like it was before. Our schedules just didn't line up that great. And if we possibly can, we'll maybe I don't know, do a 2 year, twice a year, but
Every 2 years. Whoa.
but it's not going to be every month, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. So,
MK,
who wants to go first? Okay, I'll go first. So, I've only actually had one experience with the paranormal my whole life.
Yeah.
I've always kind of like been aware of the paranormal and like I've always been creeped out about it. And I've always had like the thought of like, what's a ghost in the back of my mind. But I've never like experienced it except for one time when I am absolutely sure that like something happened and I have no idea what it was. I'm not going to be out here saying like it was ghosts. I'm not going to point fingers, but maybe it was ghosts. I don't know. But my one story is this. I have a friend who lives across the street from me.
Yeah.
And I always felt really creeped out in her house. Like we've been friends since we were kids. And I always felt really creeped out in her house, like at night during sleepovers. And so one summer they asked me, and I'm like in college by now. They asked me, "Hey, can you come by every day for like 3 days to let out our dogs and feed them and just love on them?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah. Loving dogs. I love it." So I go over the first day, everything's fine. And then on the second day is when some weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
I let the dogs out and I was standing alone inside the house, all on my own. The dogs were outside, the doors were closed because it's freaking hot, it's the summer. I'm leaving the doors closed. I'm not gonna burn alive in their house. So I'm standing there and they had told me, "Hey, our son and our nephew might come by the house and grab the Xbox."
Yeah.
And so I'm standing there and I hear voices upstairs. And I'm like, "Oh, that must be Paco and Armani. They must be grabbing the Xbox." And so I'm like, I guess I missed their car outside or something. I'm trying to like rationalize it. And it's multiple voices upstairs. It's 2 voices.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just hang out here. And at first I was a little scared because I was like, what if it's not them? But I was mostly calm. Yeah, I was mostly calm because I was like, it's probably them. And then I hear footsteps coming downstairs and I'm like about to be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Yeah.
And the footsteps get all the way to the bottom of the stairs and nobody's there.
Oh god.
And I'm like, what?
Oh, that just
What? I got like legit, like I got, like the scared when to the pit of your stomach.
Yeah.
I got that kind of scared. And so, I got pretty scared and I was like, okay, what if it was like a burglar and they just like walked to the bottom of the stairs and then maybe I like kicked something or like squeaked my shoe and they heard me and they decided to just stop dead in their tracks, hoping that I didn't hear them. So I kind of go, and by the way, their stairs are like, you can't see who's coming down. There's like a wall encasing their stairs, so you can't see who's coming down the stairs until they're at the very bottom of the stairs.
Oh no. Okay.
And so I walk up to the very first, like to peek around the corner of the stairs, right?
Do you have a knife with you?
And
Tell me you have a knife with you.
no, I just have my phone.
Oh my gosh, why?
Yeah. Because they live across the street from me. I live in a safe neighborhood, man. And so, like, I peek around and there's nobody up there. And I'm like, okay. And I kind of like, hello? Classic horror movie. Hello? And so,
hello? Is there anyone there?
And so I walk up the stairs and all of their upstairs doors are open not because a ghost did it, but because they're trying to let air circulate through their house while they're on vacation. So all of the doors upstairs are open, even the closet doors, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of like I do like a once over throughout the entire upstairs. And it's like one hallway. It's one hallway that's the upstairs, and then the hallways have rooms on it. So I kind of like I go around to the right. I look to my right. There's nothing to my right. I look in the room, across. I go all the way down the hall and take a peek, and nobody's in the house. And I didn't hear any doors close or open. I didn't hear somebody go back up the stairs.
Yeah.
The voices stopped, and I know for sure that there was nobody outside either, as well, because it was a freaking hot day, and I remember walking up to the house and seeing nobody, like none of my other neighbors were out. Um,
Yeah.
so I got really freaked out, and I ran back downstairs and let the dogs in, and like pet them a little bit, made sure they had food made and water. Like I finished the job. I wasn't about to like leave those dogs without like proper kisses and hugs and pets
I
and
would have just
and
gave them
water
water
and
and
food.
food and be like, okay, you
Well,
fend for yourself.
it's important. You don't want them to get lonely. But anyway, yeah, I just like I gave him a little loving real quick, and then I like bolted out of the house, and I went home and I told my mom, and my mom was like, "Why would you do that? There could have been someone in the house. Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Mom. It didn't make sense." And she's like, "Wah!" But that's my one ghost story.
Oh boy. So since the last time we talked, I have at least had like 4 to 5
Okay. Well, tell me the
experiences.
best one.
Oh, okay. So this was when I was still living in Florida. All right,
In where? Sorry.
Florida,
Florida. Okay.
Florida. Um,
Oh, can I interject really quick?
no, yes, go ahead.
Whenever you were in Florida, did you ever go to the St. Augustine Lighthouse?
I did not.
One of the most it's like one of the most haunted
I
places. We gotta go
know.
back.
I wanted
We gotta
to
go
go.
back. Note to self: go to Florida. Anyway, sorry.
So I so me, my mom, and my grandma, we are quite sensitive towards spirits, paranormal and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
one night I woke up to get me some water and I felt really lightheaded. Like my head, everything like that. The mood of the atmosphere shifted and everything like that. I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on here? Am I sick? What's going on? So I just grabbed the banister, walked downstairs to get me some water, turned the corner, and I legit, straight up, 100% true, Scout's honor, a female was standing right there, looked at me, and walked to the front room and out the door. The door didn't open.
What
It's a
the
slider
hell?
door. It didn't open or anything like that. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
what? And I went around to look and see what it was. It was just gone. I'm like, and then I wasn't lightheaded anymore. The mood went back to normal and everything like that. I'm like, whoa.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. That's freaky. That
And that,
reminds me of a night terror I had once. But you were awake. You were walking around.
yeah, it was at 4 in the morning.
Not fun.
Yeah. I, and like walking down the stairs and then turn around and see a lady standing there with when everyone's asleep. My aunt was asleep, and my aunt's the only girl that is in the house. She was asleep, and it was just that lady walks,
And
and it just creeped me out. And I'm like, and I got that feeling. It just like like my pit, like my heart just dropped and
yeah,
everything like
yeah.
that. And yeah,
Oh god, yeah, no, no, no. Oh, that's so creepy. That's so creepy. No, thank you. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for us tonight. Um,
yes. Before we go, I just wanted to say, if you guys love the paranormal, if you guys enjoy paranormal stuff, please. I do a lot of I on my YouTube channel, I do a lot of paranormal stuff. I review haunted. I review scary movies. Talk about the paranormal a lot. Talk about urban legends a lot. So if you guys want to come by to my YouTube channel and everything like that, I think there's a command on my Twitch channel. I just have to find it. I think it's exclamation mark YouTube, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And it
Um,
is on YouTube. You're just Cornelius 2017, like you are on Twitch, right?
yeah, it's just all one word and everything like that, guys. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
so I do a lot of that stuff. Also, one of my favorite creators on YouTube. We were trying to hopefully probably get her to do some questions for us today, but that didn't work out as well as it planned, as I wanted it to go. Because
Yeah,
life.
the thing is that like she answered you and everything, but
Yeah,
we couldn't get it together and we couldn't agree on.
on multiple things.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So her name is the Haunted Sunshine Girl, and everything like that.
The Haunting of Sunshine Girl, I believe.
One of the two.
Right?
One of the two. It's one of the two. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's fine.
check her out if you guys are in the mood for spooky, scary stuff. Also, another great YouTuber to look up is Britty44. She does a lot of stuff. Um, Haunted the Sunshine Girl. She